Welcome back to the pitch. I am Ledeas. Joining me today, as always,
the suave sidecaster Iron Master.
Sidecaster Iron Master. I like that.
Division 4 games of the week.
Boom, boom, boom. So
we got a couple ties at the beginning with Fellswith, Codadal, and the TeamSpeak crew. You know, he's gone back to his normal pastime of drawing games again there.
I'm trying to bite on that bit.
Yep. And then we got Nurgle's FTDs taking a draw to Det Monkey's unaccompanied minnows.
The salty one making a 1-1 tie. That'll be interesting to look into that one.
Yeah, that's Nurgle versus Chorfs. It's going to be interesting to see.
Humans versus humans.
Yeah. I think the Communist Frat Party lost in their last human off, but won this one for sure.
They did.
And if I remember correctly, there's 3 lineman deaths for the Drackle Day Laborers, so we'll be seeing that in a second.
Oh, Lord of mercy. Let's take a look at that on the other screen. Go ahead, keep going.
Okay. Then the next one would be a 1-0 for the Crash Crew Part 2 versus Thick, Rich, and Creamy, in which it doesn't seem like Necro could get what they needed done. He actually got a lot of Kaz SPP for Thick, Rich, and Creamy. He got the injuries, just not what he needed done.
You, sir, are correct. The Day Laborers did come up with 3 deaths. He messaged me. I don't remember if it was on Reddit or on my video, but he had talked a little bit about that catcher. Made a pretty good point about the Strength 3 catcher.
Yeah.
So he's got a missing next game on one of his blitzers, I believe. And his catcher, the strength up catcher, just got an agility up. So when we take a look at his team, that's going to be sexy.
Okay. Then after that, we had Roasted Garlic Tristan taking a 0-3 to straight up flatulence.
Yes, the Chaos team that wants to pretend to be Nurgles.
Yeah.
Even if that's not true.
And the Culinary Delights take a 2-1 to the Nightmare on Elf Street. I heard that there was some bad dice, and maybe, just maybe, he didn't get away with the death. So that's interesting. Then we got Sunken Crypt Lords taking a 2-1 over the Knights of Gordon Panda. And this season just does not seem to be their season right now.
For Vort?
Yeah. Poor guy. He's just losing his team left and right.
The Culinary Delights had a miss next game, a niggle, and a badly hurt, all on different level beastmen. Whereas the Elves had just 2 miss next games.
So he did walk away with some pain, but it's not that bad.
Nope. I mean, he's going to go into his next game. He also walked away with 2 level ups. So,
oh, wait. Is that a niggle on his Mighty Blow?
That's
a miss next game.
Well, I'm about to say which team.
Talking about the Culinary Delights.
Culinary Delights.
I think he fired the niggled guy.
Well, it was a beastman with wrestling. So that seems like a really bad idea to have that guy laying on the ground.
Yeah, makes sense.
So let's take a look at the leaderboard real quick.
Leaderboard. We got the Cash Crew leading it off with the 3-1-0.
That's a 1-point lead over who's tied for second. And who's tied for second is the Communist Frat Party and the Thick, Rich, and Creamy.
Yeah. Which, Cash Crew does have the head-to-head to Thick, Rich, and Creamy. So if they're ever tied, he always wins the tiebreaker.
And since second place is only 1 point away from first place, let's go ahead and have fourth and fifth also 1 point away from second.
Yep. It's very close in these divisions up here. So, top 5 really could be interchangeable at this point.
Well, even 6 and 7 are not too far behind.
Yep. The thing is that they're going to be 2 points away from 4th and 5th, so they're 4 points away from the top.
Well, yeah.
So it's a little distance, but as long as you win a couple games and you make sure they lose a couple games, you're going to be good, guys.
Now, if I'm remembering correctly, Division 4 is going to have one playoff spot?
Division 4 maybe has one playoff spot. I think they might have upgraded to 2 after going to the 64 bracket list.
Well, I know Division 5, amongst all the letters, has to split, I believe, 2.
Yeah, then it's 2 here.
Okay. So with
Maybe 3?
one third of your season down, now's the time to take a look at what you're doing. Try to fix what's leaking. Try to shore up what's working. And what's working is Jimmy Burrito and humans.
You know, there's 2 humans at the top right now. That means that humans are pretty good.
And the other human is just having a rough time with some injuries and death. He's a heck of a contest every time he plays.
Yeah. But I think we should start looking at the teams.
All right, then. We'll start with McSkippy and the Trisket.
Yep. He did just take a big loss, but he's still the home of the worthless Saurus known. Most worthless Saurus, I'm sorry.
Which one's the most worthless?
I don't know, probably Reptile Dysfunction.
The third?
But, yeah, the third. But he's actually gotten block. That's pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, his Saurus looked pretty good.
His team looks quite spooky, honestly. Do you agree with the Frenzy Saurus? Because I think it's kind of interesting.
Do I agree with it?
Yeah.
I don't know if I... Well, why would I disagree? If he's using it the way it needs to be used, pushing people out of bounds, then yes. It's delicious.
Yeah. I just find that one interesting. I think that's a fun skill, but I couldn't ever pick it on my guy. I would have taken guard at that point. But he's already gotten 3, so that's kind of all he needed.
I can see it as a good hunting piece as well. I mean, he's got the Mighty Blow break tackle guy as a hunting piece as well.
Yeah.
He's got the... Is that Rex Nader? Has he got a niggling injury on him?
Yeah. He's had niggled for a while.
Yeah. That guy getting Mighty Blow or guard would not be bad either. I think it's time to go ahead and start showing some love to your skinks. And trying to score.
I think he needs a sidestep one with a couple of them. That's my favorite skink skill, and I'm not seeing it at all.
Oh, the fact that 1/3 of his Saurus have doubles is not lost on me either. But no real stat ups. That can be real aggravating.
I mean, sometimes with stat ups, it just makes the team worse. Because if you take it too many, you'll become pretty crappy. But yeah, this is the time where if a stat up just landed anywhere, this team could just go to the next level. Like if the Gila monster got plus strength, he would be in business. He would just go in, break tackle it, and just
it would be a cage diver like nobody's business.
Yep.
Of course,
also, if it goes on one of the blodges, it'd be great.
Yeah, I was gonna say this guy getting a Gila monster there getting a tackle would not be bad either.
Yeah.
The T-Rex Jr. doesn't seem to do too much work. I mean, he's got guard and stand firm, so he's roadblocking like nobody's business, but...
Yeah. I mean, he has exactly what he wants there. The tail that doesn't move. I think his next part is he needs break tackle. And then hope for the best that it doesn't actually trip up any time, and he can have a mobile tail that doesn't move anywhere.
Mobile tail. Well, let's take a look at the...
One thing he's really missing is Frankenskink. He died, so he lost his very nice skink. I think the other ones, like skinks are the ones you really want to roll doubles on because they can get so many good skills off it. Like block and sure hands, just 2 to name off. They're really good on them.
Yeah, I mean, a blodge character is a blodge character, and it's wonderful. Sure hands on a skink is great because how many rerolls do you waste picking up the ball?
Too many.
Let's take a look at the leader here. Cash Crew Pot Du. Got a wounded catcher there.
Yep, I was about to say they have a very trim team, and then seeing that catcher off, yep, makes sense. Which did Glover have tackle at the beginning of the season, or am I remembering wrong?
I don't know. I'm taking a look at Blood Bowl stats. Nobody leveled up in his last game, so if Glover there had it or didn't have it, then he got it in the first few games.
Ah, gotcha.
But yeah, he got the missing next game from Jimmy Burrito. Everything else looks the same.
Yeah, this team just looks properly disgusting, but it's missing a lot of guard. That's the one thing I'm seeing.
A lot of what?
This team's missing a lot of guard. It only has like 4. It needs about 5 or 6 if it can do it. Like a lineman picking up guard if he rolls doubles. And then I would even say his strength 4 would be a good candidate for guarders.
He has a lineman with guard.
I didn't see that. But another lineman with guard is also nice.
Yeah,
but humans are one of those teams where you actually want to guard spam.
The stand firm blitzer with blodge and diving tackle could be a good guard piece in the future. Because if the diving tackle works, it's going to make a turnover, and it doesn't matter if your guard's up or down.
Yep. Well, there's one case where diving tackle doesn't work, and you're down.
A few.
It doesn't turn over.
Yeah, if somebody re-rolls into a 6, but if they roll a 6, they got a 6. What can you do?
Yeah. So, solid team.
Definitely.
We're going to see one of those huge crutches. Well, not crutches, but a key player to this team out for next game. So that's going to be interesting. So, we're looking at the Communist Frat Party now.
Boom, boom, boom.
And they had lost a lot of linemen, and I don't even think anyone noticed.
It's not him that lost. It was the day laborers that lost 3.
Oh, you're right. It was the day laborers, not the Communist Frat Party. You're right. I'm being silly.
It's okay. Communist Frat Party is the one who took out the 3 day laborers.
Yep. Also, that thrower is interesting. I like him. Blodge, strong arm. That's gonna be fun.
He's got that agility busted guy. That's not a big deal. Let's see what the let's see some.
Really, he's got the bank if he wants to replace him now.
Oh, definitely.
The only problem I can see is Blitzer dying again, especially when they're fresh like that. But
old Stalin there.
Those 2.
Old Stalin there. He made 1 pass and he rushed for 2 whole yards. So not too much. He made one working tackle and took 3 in the last game. So he stayed pretty quiet. The real stars here would have been Vladimir put it in. He did a lot of carrying. With Nikita
sidestep sounds good.
With Nikita Crush doing some work as well. But Trotsky had an injury. He dealt one. First mate Marks dealt one. Frederick Ingles, MVP, and Hugo Chavez and Vladimir both scored. So having the blitzer score was bonus. Oh, and Slim Kim Jong-un, the ogre got an injury as well. So, I mean, he really did put a beating on the day laborers. 3 deaths and a missing next game.
Sure. So, this team has just that little milestone of getting those 2 blitzers leveled up, and maybe another ogre level up would be pretty good. And then I feel like they're going to turn the corner. But they're going to go up in TV quite a bit.
I was about to say, I'm not the best person to talk about how to TV manage, but it's probably something you need to be looking into in the near future. You're at 1,500 now, 2 level ups on your blitzer and your ogre, nothing special. That takes you to 1,560. Something special, you could easily be 1,600. I don't know if that's the spot you want to be in or not. I don't know enough about, like I said, TV management.
Yeah. Especially with only 2 guard, I feel like those blitzers kind of need the guard to put them more in the fight.
But with Trotsky, or whatever his name is there, he has the ability to be a removal piece. And the removal game can beat the guard game to a degree.
Yeah. I mean, fair enough. I'm just saying, I think he needs a little bit more guard, because 2 is not enough.
Well, I play elves where you don't get guards, so...
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the Nurgles here.
There goes FTDs. High Lord Salt.
Oh, salty one. That's how your game went with the unaccompanied Minus.
He now has a Blodge Claw Mighty Blow.
He had no problems. Yeah, the agility lost. Gonorrhea the Pestilence leveled up and got the doubled, so he got the dodge there. So he has a Mighty Blow Claw dodging, blodging Nurgle Warrior. That's an ugly piece all day, every day.
Yeah. That's called lightning bolt bait, I heard. You zap him, it dies maybe, you hope for the best. And hopefully he took Spoonie's regen and he doesn't.
Beautifully expendable there is a former Hobgoblin.
Ooh.
So his movement went down and his armor got better.
Sounds like a good trade to me.
Except he's got decay. So, glad to see you kept your free players. He told me he fired the block fouling guy for the TV management. I don't know.
Well, if he's going to do TV management, he's going to fire Edric the Aidsenberg with Wrestle Claw. He's worked double in normal Rodder. It's time to go.
Don't give him any encouragement. He probably will in no time flat. I think he's waiting to see if any of the other Rodders level, and if so, then that one would probably be the one that goes out the door. Because he's got 5 Rodders, 4 Pestigors. He's doing quite well for his team. The only losses he has are agility losses, and they don't matter.
They really don't. But I think the weakness of this team is going to be those Pestigors right now.
Because they're not...
2 of them not having anything.
Right.
You're just dumping a lot of TV into nothing, basically.
Well, you got the one who's a...
block would be great.
Yeah, but I mean, it's got tackle and it's got mighty blow, so it can be an elf hunter, skink hunter, gutter runner hunter.
Yep.
Like, technically, with the horns, it's generating that 4 dice for the blitz. The blodging sure hands guy is so good, but it may be time to go ahead and start feeding that ball off to some other people.
Yeah, I think he probably wants a Russell tackle and probably a frenzy one at this point.
No, he's got a lot of options, and between the 2 guard blocks and then the other 2 who are bone-breaking agility lost Nurgle Warriors, he's doing quite well. His beast goes where he wants to put it, and then it stays there. With stand firm and guard, just causing all kinds of grief. So, I'm glad I'm not facing this team. That would aggravate me to all get out.
Yeah, I think I just noticed that he also only has 1 claw mighty blow.
Yeah.
The rest are just 1 claw and 1 extra mighty blow. So, really, he's going in on 1 guy only. That's his big thing, unless you're AV7, in which he can just use the mighty blow, or if you're AV9, he'll make you AV7. But he doesn't really have too many real concentrated killers yet. Just the 1.
Well, let's take a look at TeamSpeak Crew version 4, who had his tie. Looking over the stats of his game, he had no injuries, no level ups. Pretty quiet game altogether.
Yeah.
He had his MVP, a touchdown, and 1 injury. Tweed brought that in. So, Mighty Blow clawing dwarf doing what it needs to be doing.
Yeah. I think one good thing is his Bull's 1 SPP away from getting his 3rd level up. And in that, he could actually hope for Blodge, get break tackle, or have some fun stuff happen.
Well,
I don't know.
It was the ball carrier for that touchdown, so there you go.
Yep.
It rushed the 62 yards that his whole team got, or not yards, meters that this whole team got last game. I think he's just having the slow and steady growth there. Let's take a look here. Mango version 2. Mango version 2 had 2 tackles, took 3 tackles, dealt 1 injury. It wasn't a casualty, but he did stun somebody, so I guess it's a 90k Hobgoblin worth that.
I think if he levels him up and gets block, he'll be a bit better at what he's doing. Because then you could just make him a crappy bull centaur, basically.
Well, I was about to say, the other side of the coin is, imagine if he got blodge, he'd be one heck of a ball carrier then.
Yeah.
All right, sir. Why don't you
moving on to the next one, we got unaccompanied minnows, more chaos dwarves.
Boom.
And
now, he has a lot of tools for success and still walked away with a 1-1 tie versus the Nurgles, the High Lord Salt's Nurgles. So I was kind of surprised to see that. I mean, he took the death of one of his hobgoblins, a badly hurt, a missing next game on that blocker, and then a badly hurt on his claw blocker. So Duck Duck Dugar. That is a D&D reference there. Deep Dwarves. I'm kind of surprised.
I can see that happening if his Claw Mighty Blow is one actually dug in there, and maybe his Claw player did some work with his Wrestle Claw and being weird.
Yeah, he dealt no casualties.
So it could have been he just removed his removal pieces and then it got pretty ugly. Or he was playing that control game and was holding things down and making blocks unfun.
Let's take a quick look and see who...
Because unaccompanied minnows doesn't have that much guard.
Yeah.
So that's their huge weakness. Like, if they go against Bash, they can't really outbash anything that has higher strength because they don't have enough guard.
Well, he's going up against Knights of Court and Panda, and not to throw shade at Vort, it's not going to be a game that he's most likely going to lose players with. So him going into that game with 11 players, this might be his win or lose. It may be a game of recovery.
Yeah. Like, it's definitely, unless the Bretts get a nice juicy foul on something,
yeah,
it's probably going to be nice smooth sailing.
Well,
unless
like I said,
Armor 9 breaks.
I can easily see him lose the game, win the game, tie the game, but the point being is that it's not going to cost him players.
Yeah.
So he's got 11 right now. He's probably going to lose 1 or 2 of the Hobgoblins during the game, but probably nothing to death. Let's take a look at the day laborers now. Who
this is the human team that lost a few.
Yeah, but the good news is it was linemen. So
yeah.
If you're going to lose
Still
anybody,
has a roster of 11 and 100k in the bank. I think it's time to spend maybe 50k to get a full team. Not take a loaner for next game.
had a full team. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Had 13 players. 3 dead, 1 missing next game. That is rough.
Yeah.
So he's got 10, but who does he need? He's got the 1 thrower, the 2 catchers, 3 linemen. He's got 4 blitzers and an ogre. You know.
I think as long as he has that catcher, he'll be okay.
You know what? I think he should pick up an 11th player now, and that way when his blitzer comes back, he has 12. But the 11th player I think he should pick up now as a thrower.
Oh, a new one.
A new one. I think this one he should pick up. He should build
and make him a thrower?
Well, he should decide, is this going to be the runner, is this going to be a thrower, or is this going to be a utility piece? And build it as such.
That is true. He can get a leader if he feels like it pretty early on him. And then just make him utility.
And then Franz the foreman here. So let's say he gets the second leader or second thrower and he builds it as the utility piece. He gets the leader. He gets kickoff return or something on it again. And another skill. Maybe kick. I know he's got kick and dirty player on that guy, but a dirty player with kick, you're going to lose one of 2 things. You're either going to lose your kicker when your dirty player gets taken off the field, or you're going to be hesitant to foul because you don't want to lose your kicker.
Yeah.
So having a second thrower with Dirty Player is not a bad call. The only difference is that if he has leader, you don't want to lose that leader reroll in the second half.
For sure.
But playing him as building a thrower as a thrower and leaving Franz as the utility piece, because he does have some pretty good utility skill there already.
Yeah. He can just be kind of like a cheap blitzer at this point.
He is.
Kickoff return can just put him in anywhere he wants to be. So if he wants to blitz with him, he can put him near the line, and I'm pretty sure you can cross the line of scrimmage with kickoff return.
That is a very good, clever trick that most people don't realize, is that your kickoff return does not have to go towards the kickoff ball. It can move, just as Ironmaster said. You can get him a 3-square blitz.
So maybe kickoff return on like your one-turner could be an interesting skill then.
I never thought about that. That's pretty clever.
Yeah, I don't usually hear about that one.
That might be something we have to experiment with later. Yeah. All right, so taking a look at Thick, Rich, and Creamy here. Jimmy Burrito's doing quite well this season. Look at the werewolf still being amazing.
Oh, no, I'm wrong. It's forbidden to enter the opponent's half the pitch.
Is it?
Yep, just read it.
Gotcha.
No, you can't do any of that scandalous stuff. That's why they don't suggest it.
Well, I mean, you can still use him to move him into places where you might want him to support other spots. We did skip over the catcher getting the agility 4. So that's the other thing there, is you've got a dodge wrestle piece with strength 3, agility 4. You've just made a very expensive human elf. So maybe actually picking up another catcher is not a bad idea, and building him to be a catcher as well, and using the backup catcher using the agility up catcher as a backup thrower.
Sure. Now, Dick, Rich, and Creamy, he did want me to tell everybody that it's obviously all about Hannibal Barker, and I still disagree with him because those golems are better. Those golems are literally what makes your team, man. It's not just the one werewolf.
Well, let's take a look at his last game and see how right or wrong you are. First of all, he lost it to Cash Crew Part 2. And now Cash Crew did get kind of wrecked, though. 1 death, an armor loss, a badly hurt, and we saw that the catcher was missing next game. So I don't know. I think Barker only got 1 injury in that, though. He only dealt 1 of those. Rush Limburger did the other one. Followed up with Forever Provolone.
That's his Block Mighty Blow Flush Golem.
Melty Monterey Jack.
White.
So there you are, 4 casualties. There's all the SPP, plus Shake and Bake Bree Jr. got the MVP. Now,
yeah, that's pretty solid.
I think what really paid there, 2 Claw and 2 Mighty Blow.
Yeah.
So, there you are.
That's exactly what happened. But, I mean, the thing is, we always oogle over these flesh golems, Jimmy Burrito, because you're like the only one who has them to that level. We see werewolves get to 66 SPP no time flat because that's their whole main purpose.
They blitz, they score, they go out for pizza. It's what they do. I mean, his is amazing. He's got a Claw +2 vampire with no bloodlust, so.
Yeah.
Let's see, if a vampire had blodge, it would be, 150k? So it's 100k vampire with Claw and Frenzy.
Well, it also would have +2 movement ups, which would be +60.
Boom, boom.
So 210. And then it would also have to have Claw and Frenzy. So it would even out.
It is a brutal piece, to say the least.
Oh, very nice.
And our Chaos team that likes to pretend to be a Nurgles. And I only say that because of the team motto. Stupings here does not look like he has too much difference, and which is odd for a team that just scored 3 touchdowns in his last game.
Is that Blodge Warrior new?
We're about to take a look here and find out. He... Ooh. Straight up flatulence. Okay. Here we go. Trouser Trumpet. Yes, he leveled up in the last game.
Okay, that got him Blodge for him.
Everyone else... Well, Trouser Trumpet got 7 points, so... 1 from a casualty, and I don't see any touchdowns, so he must have got MVP.
That makes sense. And then he's probably trying to work on Mouse on a Motorcycle now, trying to get him his last touchdown before he really should probably stop touchdowning on Chaos Warriors after this one here.
Well, Great Brown Cloud, really 3 casualties.
Yeah, it looked like he did his job. He's 2 away from getting to right before a Legend bubble. And that's pretty much where he's going to stay at until he dies or kills a lot, and I mean a lot of things.
One Gun Salute and Back End Blowout are the ball carriers for that game. Yep. 76 and 44. They really carried it. Mouse on a Motorcycle only had 6 yards carrying, so something tells me somebody murdered someone in the backfield and the other guy picked it up.
For sure. But really, this is a great Chaos team. Everyone has a skill.
That's a good gift.
Everyone having a skill, and it's 1650 just because of bank bloat. It's a little bit more, but if I was to do a 1650 team, this is really solid. Things that we're missing are block on our Beastman ball carrier and tackle on our Rackle piece. That may get 2 heads before because he's agility up. And just a couple extra skills that would bloat up his team, but it'd make the quality of life stuff happen.
Well, I mean, I think it's a pretty good solid team. He could easily put 2 blocking and 2 blocking Beastman and 1 blocking Chaos Warrior on the line of scrimmage if he wanted. Support that whole line of scrimmage with the 3 guard pieces he has. He's got a killing piece, and he's got a couple of utility pieces that are his aces up his sleeve. You can't beat that.
No. So.
Nightmare on Elf Street. Kind of got shut out in this last one. The elves are still in good health.
Well, he didn't get shut out. It was a 2-1, but I heard he rolled a lot of ones. For a good dice needed. Now.
Yep, you're right. He was 2-1. My mistake.
Yep. Now his team's looking a bit interesting and a bit clunky at the same time.
Now he did do some injuring at the same time, though. He put 3 players out that game, but he also lost 2 of his own.
Yeah. He's I don't like his blitzer with leap before dodge for agility 5.
Well, I take that back. He took 2 out, and apparently the other guy took himself out.
Rough. But I feel like if he got dodge,
who do you not like having leap? Better.
The agility 5. I think he should have got dodge before leap.
I totally disagree with that.
Because 1, he doesn't get punched as easy. 2, he can use dodge to get through places.
He can get leap to get through places.
I know he can use leap to get through places, but that doesn't have an automatic reroll.
It's true. But tackle zones don't change your leap. Tackle zones change your dodge. Your dodge might be 2-1 or a 2+. It also might be a 3+, 4+. Leap is always going to be 2+.
Yeah.
The question is, what does he want that guy to do? Does he want him to cage dive? Does he want him to get open so he can throw the ball? What is he doing with it?
I would assume he lets his lineman with agility. He's niggled now, but if he can get wrestle on him and then tackle, he just jumps him in or tries to find a way in, and then he will wrestle tackle him down and then maybe retrieve with Gregor.
I mean, I don't disagree with you that the guy needs dodge and he needs it soon. Don't get me wrong. but I would take advantage of the leap as soon as possible. I put leap on a witch elf, and she don't even have an agility up.
Yep.
It's just that good.
But, he's starting to run out of real line meat. We got one guy with block that's always on the line because he's a movement bust. We got a normal lineman now. And who else do you put up on the line?
Well, he's got the Blodge, Michael Myers.
You would put up a Blodge piece?
For the lineman? Yeah. But the other side of the coin is he could put up any of his blitzers as well, the ones that aren't special. But all of his blitzers seem special.
He has Freddy Krueger, which is number 13 on there.
It depends also on who you're facing, what build. You're used to playing your Chaos Warriors where it's just like they're Chaos Warriors. Boom, 1, 2, 3, now, get some. This team, you've got to build your formation based on what your opponent's doing, what you're trying to do. If they've got a lot of pieces in their crowd in the line, I always put one dude in the middle and then two guys on the corner that have dodge so they can get away.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of variables here that's hard to just go, this guy got automatic line of scrimmage work.
Fair enough. Now, one thing I have to say is I don't think he's developing his witches enough at this point.
Or at all.
Yeah. How long have we been sitting on this one with 13 SPP and not getting a 14 injuries afflicted? He's been hitting with this one a lot.
I guess he's hoping for the pushing. I don't know. Again,
yeah, he could be surfing a lot, and really that piece is good at surfing, but I don't think that should be their main priority at first.
As the question always is going to come down to what are you trying to do with your characters. Let's take a look at Jandice the Witch or the White Witch. She has one surf, but so does Freddy Krueger in his last game. So, but she also did carry the ball for 14 meters. She was the MVP. She did score. No, she wasn't. She scored one touchdown. She got one casualty. So, yeah, she's doing some work. She was a ball carrier.
Okay. I just wish they had extra skills, man.
Well, with elves, if you focus too much attention on the one, then everybody else becomes weakness.
Yeah.
For me, that's how I feel. Let's take a look at the Knights of Cord and Panda.
Oh, this is getting rough.
Oh my goodness, the day the music died. R.I.P. Power Chord. Well, not only did the music die, but so did your team.
Yeah, I don't like what's happened here.
Let's take a look at the last game.
He has to go against Chaos Dwarves next match.
So the Crypt Lords killed Lil Panda, not even a loner panda.
Yeah.
They missed next game, badly hurt. Two more linemen that were loners, badly hurt, and missed next game. So we can see the missed next game at the top.
Yeah, this is just...
Got enough money to buy a blocker if he wants one, or he can save up for that last 10K and get the blitzer back.
I think you save up for the blitzer. Honestly.
3, 4, 5, 6. He's going in with Wood Elf players, you know what I mean? He's going to have 5 linemen that are loners. 6 linemen total in his team. It's going to be a rough day. Who is he?
Yeah.
And he's playing against...
That monkey.
Yeah.
With unadapted minnows. So,
and they're not going to take it easy on him.
Yeah, this is just not a situation you want to be in.
Looking back at the minnows real quick, we've got 2 Mighty Blow, 1 with Claw. I'm sorry, 3 Mighty Blow, 1 with Claw. 4 if you count the Bull Centaur. He is going to do what he can to funnel those linemen into the meat grinder.
Yep. So Hopefully, he can afford to buy a blitzer soon, and then I think he skips buying another blocker and just loads up on peasants the rest of the season. They're 40K a pop, so you're just gonna have to use that, saying it's not too expensive. And then once you load up with a bunch of peasants, you can finally build a bench, and I think that's where Brett's really shine, is when they have that bench and they can start fouling again.
I think you should have bought a big, tall fella. Big, tall.
Oh,
big,
was he an MVP?
Yeah, he was the MVP loner.
I don't know. He still needs to save up for that blitzer still. Which I think the blitzer's more important than the line.
Yeah, I guess if the guy had got the level, maybe, but it's hard to lose 5 MVP when all you got was 10.
Yeah.
That's brutal. Oh. Let's take a look at the Crypt Lords, see how they did.
Yeah, 1570, Sunken Crypt Lords from the depths they rise still. Got, really their mummies aren't doing work by the look of it. First thing I'm seeing. Like, he's got the guard mummy, which is awesome, but the other mummy has played how many games? He's played 4 matches and still has 0 SPP.
Well,
there's something wrong with that.
Take a look at Lil Panda there. Lil Panda, the new zombie on the team.
Yeah.
So it's doing new things. This is a bit of a team value. 1570, got 14 players. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but once the mummies do start leveling.
Yeah, I think he can fire his Ben Bone Marrow. I think he can go away. And that'll take away 60 team value, and I'll make this a 15-10 team, and I think he'll do a lot better 15-10 with 2 bench still.
I agree with you the moment... Well, he does have 3 blocking zombies already. 2 of them have guard. That's not a bad idea.
The guard block ones are staying. Those things are awesome.
Actually, I think I'm going to have to agree with you that Ben Bone Morrow does need to go ahead and be fired.
And then I could also see Julian Jointless with the strength up going away, but
no,
if you're having fun with it, you can keep it. Your TV can really handle it.
It can. The missing next... Or, I'm sorry, the smashed knee niggling ghoul there is going to be trouble down the road. I think he's already... Yeah, Rib Leaper there. He just leveled up, just got sure hands, so... And Stefan the Unmatched, he just leveled up and got tackle, so... He is, I think, feeding the other ghouls some love, knowing that Spine Breaker there is going to get broke soon.
Yep. Well, that's what happens when you put guard on your guy.
I agree. We are the lucky drawers, says Troxbird and his Culinary Delights version 2.
Well, I don't think he can be the drawers anymore. He won a game.
Uh-oh. How dare he?
Yep.
Back to the drawing board.
He's got 4 guard, or block guards, 1 beastman, 3 chaos warriors doing it. That's the solid drive he needs. Now he just really needs a killer. And I feel once he gets to that point, and then his ball carrier can get a couple more levels, get extra arms, he's going to be doing really good.
Well, Corleggy there got the level up and took wrestling. So you got wrestle. Well, 2 wrestles and a kick.
Yep.
Those are good line meets if need be. They're also good ball hawks. Lots of utility in wrestling on the Chaos team.
Yeah. If he can get a couple tackles, or at least one of them if the other dies, he's going to be in business. You put 2 heads on him, or if you get lucky, you can put leap on him, and you just start going around with them trying to hit those those blodgers.
Yeah, that team's going to be doing some good work. He's come a long way from the beating he took at the beginning of the last season. I'm glad he stuck with it, and he's starting to actually show fruit for his devotion.
The thing is, this Chaos team's actually super trim because he doesn't have a single double.
Not a one?
No, his other one died, or I think he may have fired it.
Goodness.
With leader. which was to get some TV off. But really, I think Chaos is one of those teams where you really sometimes do better without having too many doubles. Like, there's 2 doubles you really want, and that's one for your Beastman that carries the ball to get dodge, and then maybe a second one just to get jump up on your kill piece.
Well, let's take a look at Not for Science's High Elf team, the one that I actually absolutely adore, whose great thrower is now doing a lot of running work. 22 meters running in the last game with 8 meters passing. He's only got the 1 SPP there. He's got 3 on the touchdown on Irolissimar. Irolissimar being a catcher. And then the last elf there in the line got MVP. No level ups from last game. His opponent was TeamSpeak Crew version 4, who had no level ups either. So while their game was a 1-1 tie, it was a quiet one. Not too many casualties. The elves got none, and TeamSpeak got 1.
Now, do you think he should get another catcher at this point?
So he got the money for it?
Yeah, he's got
yes.
100K in the bank for it.
If he's got the money for it, the answer is yes. He's got 2 throwers, one with dodge, one with block. One with very good throwing. I don't understand why you have a thrower who's only throwing 8 meters. That's 4 squares.
Yeah. You really should be trying to pump the action with that, but I mean, if he's getting to the spots he needs to throw at...
I mean, is it because there's only one catcher? Because if it is, I would agree with you. He does need to go ahead and get that catcher. It would give him his 11th player for the next game as well. So, no SPP going to linemen or loners. Get that catcher open, feed it the ball, it gets the touchdown, it gets dodge, or it gets out there and people go, man, that catcher's going to catch the ball, and every one of your other linemen are available to be a star for the day.
Yeah. Definitely, like, any lineman, you still got to remember he's an elf. Mm-hmm. And for agility can do elf stuff and just run up the ball.
Well, he's got 3 linemen with dodge, so any one of them can get away from something and score if need be. And you have the option with your thrower to move first, throw second, as opposed to most people who have to throw first.
Get this drive.
So, and then he's got 2 blitzers, both with blodge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dodging elves that any one of them can score. The leaping guy can score if need be once he comes back. He can get over or out of a big pile up real easy. I like it. I mean, you've got a lot of beautiful options here, and I look forward to seeing what you're going to do. I do think that the backup thrower there, I wonder what you're going to do with him. Is he going to become a running elf? Is he going to become a utility elf? What's he doing? Is he going to get tackled and be a half a blitzer?
And probably just go in whenever something gets borked and try to get to the ball, pick it up, and then toss it out with his mediocre passing skills.
It's not a bad idea. And like I said, is he going to be a half-ass blitzer, do something else?
Yeah. Plus, the good part is that he does have safe throw. So you dodge him out of any tackle zones, and you're just going to have to throw over people's heads, and it's quite easy to.
I mean, you think about this. A thrower versus a line elf, they have the same stats. The difference is that you pay 20K more for pass and safe throw. Sure, you're not using those all the time.
Access.
Yeah, you're not using those all the time, but a pass to any character on this team is almost guaranteed SPP for that thrower.
Yeah.
All right, Iron Master, let's take a look at the schedule for Week 4.
Yep.
Is there any game here that just screams, yo, this is going to be great?
I'm going to say the Cash Crew Part 2 versus that High Elf team with Not for Sciences stuff. I think that's going to be one to watch because Cash Crew's been nailing it in, but I feel like some Elf BS could really take them out, especially with their star catcher out for a game.
I think the Chaos team of Straight Up Flatulence against Thick, Rich, and Creamy is going to be an interesting one. Straight Up Flatulence is a good Chaos team. They have,
and could remove one of his star players.
yeah, I mean, they have 12 players, no weaknesses. So that can be quite dangerous. I would, you and I think we would both agree that Unaccompanied Minos versus Knights of Corden Panda is going to be a rough game. It's going to be one that we're hoping, personally, I'm hoping you guys come out with a 2-2 tie, no permanent injuries, but that's just me.
Yeah. Like, that monkey, this is not the time to go murder that minus AB blitzer. Let him keep something fun.
That's right. Murder every loner. Yes. Speaking of that, Salty one against Troxbirds, that's going to be an interesting one, I think, as well. It's Chaos versus Nurgle. Yeah. It's going to be basherific.
Yeah.
High Lord Salt.
Who do you think's the favorite in that one?
I don't know. High Lord Salt is willing to step out of the comfort box and do the strange things here and there. I would use a dwarf with shadowing as my example there. I think he picked that skill only so that you would have to constantly have to click skip. So a skill pick just to annoy the player, not necessarily to officially do anything. So
yeah. But one thing that's interesting is with that game, there's a huge TV difference where the Nurgle's FTDs are at 1,800 and Culinary Delights are going to be 1,440. So we got 360 inducement money. That can buy Borak and a Babe. It can buy Wizard, and then you just pick whatever you want for your last 200k.
You could get Grotty and Brick and get 2 players for the price of one. One a very swift and dangerous ball carrier. The other one, an Ogre.
Yeah.
So
there's really a lot of good choices.
Yeah.
Right there for that inducement money.
Well, for Division 4, that pretty much wraps us up. You got anything else to say for Division 4, buddy?
Not really. It's just you guys keep on doing what you're doing. If you're losing a lot or you don't feel like you're going to be doing too well this season, please just stick it out. Don't give up. You might be a kingmaker later in the season where you're going to pick who gets to go up by giving someone a draw when they've desperately needed a win.
Kingmaker or a Dream Breaker.
Dream Breaker, you just take them down. You take the win from them, and they don't go to playoffs. So you get to do a lot in your last matchups, and you're just going to see how it works. Only missing Fogmire Fenbeast and Barakvar Voyagers from this, so...
We have 2 3-0 games. The Merciless Avengers shutting out the Wayside Wandermongers.
Yeah. And then Trunky Wood taking down Common Consulting with that 3-0 too.
Yeah, but we do have a 3-1 Mutants in Human Clothing over Tooth and Fist.
Yep, that's a bit of an upset right there. Well, not upset, but it was unexpected. I was more thinking that was going to be a 2-1 game, and we saw a 3-1 there.
Well, Underworld over Necromantic. Let's see if we can't get that game to show up real quick over here on the side. We'll look at that one. Let's look at his 10 armor breaks over, 12.
Yep.
Half the time, Tooth and Fist had the ball. So, both the teams inflicted 3 injuries. KO's about even 1-2. What is going on to make that so crazy?
All the Claw Mighty Blow.
Oh man. Tooth and Fist had 1 badly hurt, 1 missing next game, and MVP Loner Zombie there.
Yeah, that's just rough.
Where Mutants badly hurt, missing next game, badly hurt, missing next game with a niggle on a Goblin, so got a Goblin with a level up. I don't know. Yep. His rat, the double agility rat, he's got a level up as well. Take a look at him in a moment. I don't know what's going on. That guy...
Spoonie has a disgusting team.
62 yards rushing.
Yep.
Any passes?
Which makes a lot of sense when
no
he's
passes. I don't know, man. I'm looking like, did a troll throw someone? How do you get 3-0?
Well, it was 3-1.
Or 3-1? I mean, still.
It could have been if Tooth and Fist scored, he could have tried a bad one turn, and it worked out. Where you hand off to the goblin, then throw the goblin, and then hope for the best.
I just don't know, but I want to take a look at Spoony Bard's team real quick to see what that agility guy got. He got blocked.
I'm quite okay with that. That's a good skill for him.
And the Underworld Goblin must have rolled a double to get the general access for Wrestle.
Yep. So, very solid team still. No one can kill it. People haven't been trying hard enough.
No one
Not
can
enough
kill
tackle.
it.
Not enough kill skills on them.
Well, the fact that all the other games are 2-1, either grinds or whatever they are. Lizard Beast over Deweenie Greenie Machini. Deweenie Green Meanies.
Yep.
The Wellington Shadow Society fell to Tribute Urbana.
Yep.
And Fallen Wonders fell to the Grody Greens.
So, let's take a look at some of these teams now that we've seen the schedule.
Okay. You go ahead and grab one of the teams you want to look at. I'm just going to show off the leaderboard here for a second. With Spoony Bard 4-0, 2-point lead over the second and third place, which is an Elven Union and Chaos Dwarf. 3 points above the Necromantic Tooth and Fist. And then everyone else just starts falling in behind down the line.
Yeah. So, looking at Lizard Beasts here, tell me when you get to their page.
Boom! Looking at Lizard Beasts.
So, remember how we were talking about McSkippy's Lizardman team? Lizard Beasts has kind of the opposite problem where their skinks hold so much value, and these guys just aren't worth it half the time. Like, he has a niggled one, he has a minus movement sprinter, which I'm surprised he still hasn't fired. I'm guessing if he gets one SPP and doesn't get a doubles, he's definitely fired, but that guy needs to go. He's holding up a lot of the team value.
I don't know what's going on there either. Let's see if even the Saurus with Agility 2 did anything last game.
And then he has enough to buy his 6th Saurus, so
Gengar's Revenge.
definitely need to buy him.
6 tackles, 2 knocked out himself. He KO'd someone, he injured someone, he was injured himself, so he's not doing a lot. What's the point of him being agility if he's not even going to carry the ball?
It's just really odd.
Tank of Dawn carried the ball for 16 meters and got touchdown.
Yeah, like, if you're going to be using, or if you're going to have that agility up Saurus, you got to use it, man. Use it like your Bull Centaur, where you pick up the ball and you just try to run it down and say, I have strength for it. But it's really weak on Saurus because, one, it's not a great agility up. Then two, like, you don't even want to carry on a Saurus because you need them for the bash game.
Hey, Iron Master.
Yeah?
Let's just go with the real first piece of advice that this guy needs to take is buy your 6th Saurus. You've got the money. Do it now.
I said that already.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he needs to buy that 6th Saurus right now. And then I would just replace Gengar's Revenge, honestly.
I wouldn't, but I would definitely start feeding him. You've got an Agility 4 skink here whose days are numbered. That's why he's not firing right off the bat. That guy needs to be picking the ball up and handing it off to Gengar's Revenge. You've got a 75% chance to put the ball in his hand as long as he's not in a tackle zone. Or it's not raining. So,
yep.
That's what I'd be doing.
I didn't say get rid of the plus agility one. I was talking about the other one that didn't have plus agility and a reason to stay on the team. But
Oh, I see what you're saying. The sprint one who's speed busted but still.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
But
I don't like sprint before sure feet. I always get sure feet first.
Yeah. It depends if you want to go further or if you want a safe movement.
To not waste rerolls.
Exactly. So, let's take a look at the Barkfar Voyagers, though.
Actually, let's skip them since they haven't played yet.
Oh, you're right. Sorry about that, man.
No worries.
And let's get to Trunkywood now.
Rolling Red and his Frog.
They haven't played yet.
Oh, they've not either. Well,
Yeah,
care of
that's
that.
the matchup right there.
Care of that. Trunky Word, Trunky Wood.
So, Trunky Wood has both his witches. One's out for the next game though, and his team's solid. Trunk Bow taking a minus armor, so I'm guessing you just put him on the line and
Until he dies, yeah.
until he dies. The only problem is it's like a loner would be better at that job at that point. So wouldn't you keep him back?
You know, honestly, you keep him because you don't have the money to replace him yet. And you don't have the money to replace the loner should the loner get SVP or whatever. I would keep him.
And he does make the team 11 if that witch came back, so there wouldn't be a loner. So he could make the bench by being there. But I kind of would prefer just taking the loner over him and then maybe saving up to just buy extra linemen at this point, because I don't know if Trunkhead likes doing a runner build that turns into a thrower or just keeping a runner, period. So that's going to be interesting.
Well, we know nobody gets the assassin.
Yeah. One thing I don't like is Dark Trunk didn't get tackle. I think I've already said this before, but I think I like tackle over dodge there. But it's valid.
I don't, because you got to get away to be able to smack something.
Yeah.
I mean, you notice the other one does have it, the Trunkinator.
Yeah, that's true. But I want to see this double movement guys just start one turning. That's going to be funny. Just takes dodge, then just runs through.
Well, right now, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, he's got to be pushed 2 and go for 2. He could pick up sprint, then he only has to be pushed 1 and go for 3.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of room there. I was talking to Dreamify about buying Grape Crush back. Grape Crush was the blitzer that I had that had 2 movement, Mighty Blow and Pylon. But he has since take a movement loss. He's still movement 8, but I don't know if a movement 8 with wasted 40k is worth it.
It's wasted 30k, but yeah, it's still, I don't know if I would take that, because you're kind of just ruined the whole fact that he had 2 stat ups to now going back down to 1.
Yeah.
But then he still has Palm, and you already have a Palmer, so.
Well, I do like having more of them. Let's take a look at Dweeny Green Meanies.
Yeah,
Dirty Player Chainsaw Guy with the armor bust still doing his thing. He's not going anywhere.
Basically said, I don't listen to you guys, which pretty valid. You got Dirty Player, and I would keep him now too.
Yeah, what else is he going to be doing, you know? Might be time to go ahead and buy a few extra goblins.
I think he's still trying to play that huge inducement game, but he does have a huge bank, so
yeah.
I would like to see at least 1 more goblin, if not 2.
I say you go with the bomber.
I don't like the bomber, honestly. Like, after playing against teams that don't take the bomber to do take the bomber, the really nice part about goblins is that they mean you don't have to take a secret weapon. So if he could add a couple goblins and then just bench secret weapons, I think that would help his team a little bit more.
That's fair.
And the Pogoer, I think, should probably get Sure Feet.
Catch is not a bad idea either.
Yeah.
That way you can.
And if it's doubles, what would you get?
If it was doubles,
or Sure Hands.
Block or Sure Hands, definitely. Me personally, I'm gonna go with Sure Hands over Block for a stunty ball carrier.
Yeah.
Because you never know who's going to blitz you, but you always know that Sure Hands can pick up the ball and save you a reroll.
Fair enough. And he does have Leap to try to get to the ball if you put it in tackle zones.
That's right.
So
Philosophical. I'm so glad that you had to say that name like 3 times or 3 weeks before I finally realized how it was said.
Yeah, I had that problem too. I thought it was like Phil is office school, and I was like, what? And then I figured out, oh no, not William Wonder. No, not the Agi Bust.
It's only an Agi Bust.
Yeah, but you say it's only an Agi Bust, and the movement kind of works with the agility.
You know? Again, he doesn't have dodge. So I don't think it's going to hurt that much. This character's probably going to go for Pylon next anyways. He's going to be a hunter.
Yep. If he goes Pylon, then the movement can work with that and just make him go 4 squares. Or 5 squares, I mean.
When he gets back up.
Yeah.
The other guy's movement up. And the thrower's movement up. This is a team that wants to run, son.
Yep.
See, he only got 3 blitzers.
Yeah, he hasn't bought his extra one yet.
Well, he's got the money for it.
He still has the money for it. I think he had it last time, too.
Let's take a quick look on
80K,
the side screen here.
90K, sorry.
What? So. The Wayside Wandermongers. Well, he just lost his game 0-3, so...
Yeah, Owen sure did hit him up good.
I don't know if the extra blitzer would have made a difference, but it sure couldn't have hurt.
I still just like the blitzer because that's your strength access. They definitely build into great pieces. And Phil, you're gonna have to stop taking those stat ups, man.
Screw that. Don't listen to him. Take the stat ups.
I know it's hard to refuse sometimes, but I'm just saying. You're going to need your guard really soon, and you're going to need tackle and other stuff. And then maybe a second catcher after you get your last blitzer.
Wilbert there did level up and took Mighty Blow, so he did take a norm.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I like Mighty Blow, but I think guard could have been better there, considering he has none at this point.
It just depends on how you want to run your team.
I guess when you're running faster than literally everybody, you're good, but...
I like the catcher having the diving catch. That makes me happy.
Yeah, that means he's going to be doing the passing.
I hope so.
Doesn't seem like he's seen much use, though.
Which one?
The catcher.
Well, let's see.
He's had that for a few games.
Robert Runney had 34 yards rushing. So he was the only player carrying the ball last game.
Sounds good. I'll see you soon.
Yeah.
So he didn't get far with it, but no touchdowns. But he was carrying it.
Yeah.
Well, we did look at Spoonie's team: 11 SPP and 3 bodies in the grave. 40 days in the hole. I just mutated up. Keep rolling. I don't even think we need to look at him. We already know he's winning. He doesn't really need us to tell him anything.
Spoonie, how could you do this to these poor people? Yeah. I don't think they deserve this underworld team against them.
And that double agility is sick for certain.
Yeah, I'll run through that and take that ball. If he gets dodged, it's going to be terrible.
Tribu Urbana.
Let's see what they got. I want to see the match between Spoonie and Hipster. That's what I want to see. So I feel like battle of the 2 biggest. They both have agility 5 piece, and see some stuff happen maybe.
Well, he and the Wellington Shadow Society had their logo. Well, on the screen here, their logo's different than the one on the other screen. It had 2 roses. I don't know what's going on there, but either who. He had Nomada leveled up. Nomada got wrestling. So a catcher with agility and wrestle and dodge. Dude, that guy needs leaping next.
Or he could get tackle.
Either way, he's going to be dangerous as all get out. And you got your extra blitzer there in that second catcher.
Yeah. The other thing I could see is maybe making that catcher strip ball.
Yeah.
And just trying to knock the balls out of people's hands.
And then leap.
Yep. So, that guy, he's pretty scary.
Yes.
The thing is, with this team, it's got a lot of extra TV, just because he's got the movement up, the agility up, the mighty blow, and the guard. So,
he's also got an extra elf.
His team.
He's an elf team, man. You're going to have that.
I'm just saying, he's one of the highest TVs there. He's going to start getting inducements on him, and we might see chainsaws ripping into those dodge players.
Chainsaws.
They're so fun.
When they work.
That's for sure.
Grody Greens.
Yeah. With Lazarus Diggs.
Oh man, that strength 6 monster.
You got Stanford now.
The envy of everyone.
People are going to start targeting him, put up a bounty, and hope for the best.
Well, the Grody Greens did win their last game against the Fallen Wonders or Fallen Warriors. I forgot exactly. Fallen Wonder.
But
yes, sir.
He's definitely gotten some nice past scores. We're still missing that Nurgle Warrior for so long.
Well, Pandemic Pete leveled up and got the Mighty Blow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Move Rotter. I guess he's just keeping these guys until they die.
Yeah, I don't really mind a Move Rotter, especially if he's just going to be your bench guy. And Rotters are meant to die, so he's probably just banking on the fact he's going to lose a couple, so he might as well keep a couple.
Sure.
So if he gets an extra one, that's where he's going to probably start cycling these injured ones. I don't think he really wants to get rid of the agility busted one, because he has Wrestle, and Wrestle's actually okay on that.
Yep. Well, I mean, 110k for that Nurgle Warrior is going to take at least one more game.
Yeah. So he's just going to have to hope he gets a nice little money roll on that. And he still only has one leveled up warrior is his problem right now. So the other two are just 110k that really don't do as they should do.
Well, I mean, it still takes 3 people to knock him down normally.
Mm-hmm.
2 to even, 1 to get the 2 die. Or 1 more. I think he's doing alright. I think I like the Rotter with kick too. That'll probably be a long-lasting Rotter.
Yeah, kick Rotters are great.
Only
really
thing better
cheap,
than him
they
is
do
a
their
dirty
job.
player.
Yeah, but with that much SPP, I'm pretty sure he's glad he's not a dirty player. I could see block or wrestle on him next.
Oh yeah, definitely. Don't go dirty player on your kicker. His opponent, the Fallen Wonders, which were Amazons, they came out of their game a little more fouled up. 2 missing next games. I guess it wasn't as bad as it could have been. And 1 level up that became... Let's see, the Enchanter became a kicking line woman. So a kicking line woman, a wrestling line woman, and a dirty player line woman. Well done. A thrower that is the Seducer. Is she throwing? No.
I don't think so.
She carried the ball for 2 whole meters.
That's 1 square, isn't it?
Yes.
That's funny.
She ran up, picked up the ball, and moved 1 square most likely.
So
I would not have gone guard on all them blitzers. I would have went Mighty Blow, but that's me.
I would went Mighty Blow on 1, and he can still do that with Serenity. So as long as he gets that going, I think he'll be good. Or Fall will be good, and I think maybe taking 1 extra line woman would be great, even for this match, because they're really cheap. The team's cheap.
No. He's already got the dirty player and the 2 people to replace the 1. I mean, no, I wouldn't. I would say this. My personal opinion is this: you've got a catcher with diving catch, and who has blodge. It looks like you want to commit to the throwing game. Do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd use Agility 3 throwing, and even a short pass is still a 3+. You're doing it like an elf.
Yep.
You gotta abuse that fact. If you're gonna take strong arm, you gotta use it. So you gotta belt it until it can get accurate, and then you have a long pass, a short pass that's gonna be a 2+, and a long pass to 3+, and a long bomb as a 4+. It's really not that bad.
I'm not saying I'm the best at the Amazons, as I've only been playing them since they came out in LE. But I've personally found that with Amazons, you really need to be playing not only for this turn, but the next turn. That movement rate of 6 and everybody being exactly the same for their stats is a gift. You know what to expect from each player. But in addition to that, you have to plan accordingly. I would highly advise that you devise whatever style of play you want with them and focus towards that style. your opponent can't stop you from playing your style of game. They can make it difficult. But they can't stop you.
So, and we'll move on to
Boom!
some more of our last teams, to Wellington Shadow Society.
Vampires. Let's see how they're doing.
Yeah.
3 rerolls.
And we got an Agility 5 accurate vampire. This is awesome.
It is awesome. He is a great passer. His only problem is he's got to keep a buddy around him at all stupid times.
Yeah.
Realistically, if he's in the backfield and he picks the ball up, you don't activate him until you're ready to throw. Then you run up beside a thrall and then throw. But any one of his...
Really needs is a bench.
Well, I mean, he's got 5 vampires. So he's got 8 thralls. I'm a big fan of 3-1, but in this one he's doing it 2-1.
Yeah. I at least think he needs one more, and then he can start replacing his injured ones.
Oh yeah, definitely. Stu needs to go.
Yeah.
Stu needed to go last week. Stu needs to go this week.
I think Stu can keep on for one last game until he gets 40 extra K, so he can go up to the 14-man.
So
I think Vamps are
what you're
strong.
saying is he should just go ahead and buy the thrall now. Have a team value of 1380, go into the next game, and then see what happens.
Yep. If he can get 40K, then replace Stu. Then after that, he can replace Anton. And then once he's good on the Thrall game again, I think he saves up for that last reroll he wants. Because he did get the 3rd one, and he still has the leader reroll. So now he actually can reliably reroll stuff. And one problem with the Vamp team is I feel it has a bit too many setups for what it's got.
Oh, I don't know.
Throws its team value super high
It does.
without too much to gain. He's got 40K that he could have just taken off. This could be a 300 team or 1300 team, and then he could have had extra skills there. So
Well, let's
it's
see.
just interesting to see what it could have been.
Let's see what's happening. The movement vampire is scoring, as he should be.
Yep.
Nick, that vampire is... Where's his passings? 2 passing and an MVP, so he got 7 points last game. So that's where he got the agility up. I think he's gonna even do that more. I think he's doing well.
Yep. So,
Viago had a catch. I like it.
So his team's doing pretty good, and I think we should move on to.
Take a quick look at his
Yes.
history while you're looking. He's not winning. 2 losses, 2 ties. But yeah, I mean he's set and ready to become very dangerous. Tooth and Fist.
Yep. We had our second werewolf leveled up with block, and then
Mighty
white
Blow.
with blotch still.
Yeah,
Lots and lots of injuries though.
yeah. A move busted zombie, not the worst thing in the world. Line meat. He keeps standing up being line meat.
The good thing is that we don't have a minus armor value flesh golem anymore. We did replace him. That was a big thing he was debating on getting a bench finally, or a better bench, or just replacing him. And we convinced him the flesh golem because if the flesh golem develops as armor value 8, you're going to regret.
Yeah.
So,
Well, his werewolf there with Mighty Blow is going to be his star for quite some time.
you know, quick claw mighty blow makes him deadly.
It's true. Yours is now Tooth and Fist. Now it's Claw and Fist, really. I mean,
Yeah.
what did he do in this last game? Did he bring any thunder, as it were? I mean, he did score 1 against Spoony Bard.
Yeah. I'm
Uh,
pretty sure that was just getting slashed up was his problem.
Krimlarg Paws had 3 serfs. He had 3 casualties. 20 tackles. Never got hit himself. 7 injuries. He dealt 7 injuries, and 3 of those were casualties. So he's definitely the moneymaker on this team.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of goblins were hit, though.
It doesn't matter as long as they die.
I I think if he could have removed some of these Skaven bits, that's where Underworld will fall apart.
Well, you got to go with what you can
Spoonie's
get.
really good at playing some Underworld.
Let's say you got to go with what you can get your hands on too. The Merciless Avengers. We have 2 level ups, both of them hobgoblins. Interested to see how that goes up.
I think that's dirty player, and if one rolls doubles, you take guard. Maybe
Yep.
a wrestle.
Hail Mary pass.
You're funny.
I'm telling you, man, a hobgoblin with Hail Mary pass is an amazing gift.
Yeah.
You get your bull centaurs around the corners. You Hail Mary pass into the backfield. The only one who can pick it up is a bull centaur. Might take him 2-3 turns. Bring
One thing I want to see is he's definitely putting a lot of focus on the bulls.
Yeah.
He has 2 Chaos Dwarfs that can really benefit from 6 SPP total, but that's 1 touchdown on Deadpool.
Right.
Just get that one done. There, and you get guard or you get another Mighty Blow if you want to level. And then the other guy, he's going to need a little bit more attention, but if you can just get that little bit of SPP on him, your team just transforms, getting that extra guard, the extra Mighty Blow.
Right.
This makes him better.
I mean, he's got the 3 guards, so that's well, if those do get normal level ups, 3 Mighty Blow starts creating a world of removal for your Chaos team or your Chaos Dwarf team, and once you start removing players with your 6 dwarves, then you can do what you need to do with the rest of your team.
Sure.
Unaccompanied Minos is the perfect example of that.
Yep. So
Common Consulting. The team I know, I do not understand. A skeleton with an agility bust. That's hilarious. So Trunky Wood did exactly what we thought they were going to do, and that was run game around them. And not only did he run game around them, he actually armor busted a skeleton who's no longer on the team.
That's a shame, but Common Consulting has a lot of money they can just spend now, and not really much place to use it. You can buy an extra skeleton because they're AV7 and he has a dirty player, but
True.
he did finally get a throw rod level, and he got block on him.
Okay. Working towards stadium advancements might not be a bad idea. That might be part of the strategy for your future games. Who knows?
Yeah. Just take Knuffles Altar, and then you can be the inducement Khemri Dream.
Live in the Khemri dream of inducements. No, but you're not wrong. That one blitzing skeleton is brutal. The one with break tackle, mighty blow. I mean, it's got a few other skills, but those 2 are the ones I remember.
There is no break tackle Mighty Blow. It's only 2 Mighty Blow Tomb Guardians and a block throw.
No. The star player.
Oh, you're right. I think he has break tackle wrestle for King Ramtut.
No, I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the skeleton one. I just don't know his name. He's a very affordable piece. You'll see him a lot of times. Quite dangerous. What else about Division Alpha are we looking at? Let's take a look at next week's schedule, even though this week's schedule's not quite done yet.
Yep.
Well, Fogmire Fenbeast versus Barakvar Voyages. Let's see, where are they? The Fenbeasts are in 9th, and the Voyages are in 11th. If Fenbeast wins, he's 2-2, and he goes all the way up to 5th place. If the other guy wins, he's 1-1, and he doesn't go very much anywhere.
Yeah, but he is starting to dictate where the leaderboard still can go. If he gets a tie, that's pretty big to Rolling Red. He's going to not be as high as he could be. Or if he takes someone out, there's a couple things he can do. But let's look at what we have ahead of this week. So, some things that I want to see is going to be Merciless Avengers versus the Grody Greens. We might see the Beast and Urg get removed. We might not. And then Earl can put it to the Avengers. So that's gonna be one that I would want to see. And then I kind of want to see the Goblin game with the Weenie Green Meanies versus the Wayside Wondermongers.
Set Tech is the one I'm talking about. He's 6'4", 2'8", 220k. He has block, break tackle, juggernaut, and strip ball.
Ah.
He's a strength up skeleton who will make you suffer.
Yep.
That
is an interesting one.
Yeah. Who is... So he's... Well, speaking of them, they're going up against Wood Elves. Or not Wood Elves, Pro Elves. So it would not be too out of the norm to see some broken elves should Mighty Blow want to pick up its... and do its job in that game.
Yep.
I think
problem is that strip ball wouldn't do its job, sadly, because of sure hands on their thrower.
Well, you remove enough of the line meat, and then the rest of the team don't matter anymore. Barakvar Voyages going up against Trunkywood. I think Trunkywood's going to run game on him again, as well.
Yeah. We might see an extra injured elf, but yeah, that's going to be a hard one for Barak, I feel.
Yeah. I mean, not to be skipping around too much, I do think Common Consulting is going to have a hard time to win that game, but I think he can come out of that game with the Pro Elves with some level ups.
Or maybe some kills.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would thank you for killing the Agility 5 or his Mighty Blow. There's lots of stuff to do.
Do you think Fogmire Fenbeast have a shot against Spoony Bard?
It could be. It just depends if he knows how to play against his stunty magic and if Claw Mighty Blow activates or not.
Well, I'm looking at his team. He's got 2 Mighty Blow Saurus, and then, of course, the Mighty Blow Croxagore. He's got 2 Dodge and 2 Block Saurus.
Yeah.
Some speed-busted Skinks, which in of themselves are not a big deal. One of them has a leader. I love that.
Yeah.
Then the 6th Saurus down there at the bottom hiding amongst the Skinks.
Yep. So that's gonna be interesting.
1450 versus 1420. That's brutal. How do you have 13 of these players to all these stat ups and still be equal to the Lizard team in value? That just doesn't seem right.
And I think that's it for what we got.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
thanks for listening, everybody. That was REL Division 4 and Division 5A. And thanks for watching. Any closing thoughts there, Ledeas?
No, sir. I'm pretty happy with what we got going on. And as usual, if you have anything that you'd like to respond or advise, we do check the Reddit. I look at the comments from time to time. And we welcome you and thank you for your time.
Yeah. Have a good one.